So let's warm up. Just think of yourself sitting in the hot tub. And on a morning like today, it feels great. A little chilly out there. And let the arms float up to shoulder height. Push down back. And reach all the way up. And push down and back. Let's form the ball on the right side, and we're just going to move the ball over to the other side, turning our head slightly and rotating the ball. Go back to the other side. And even though we're turning our head, turn at the waist. A little bit more. Rotate the ball again, and then go as far as you can. Let's form the ball in the center. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Vicki. Push the ball forward and back. Expand the ball. Spread our wings and stretch your fingers and relax them. Just let the arms float back to the center. A couple more times. Stretch and relax. And we're going to go vertically with the ball. And rotate the ball to the other side. And we're going to reach for the peanut butter jar. Part the wild horse's mane. One more time on each side. And then just let your arms float down to your side. Relax for a couple of seconds. Okay, we're going to make some big inward circles. And some big outward circles. Okay, and then let's stretch our fingers. Okay, let's do a sit to stand. If you're standing already, or if you have a chair close by, grab a chair. And remember, we're going to do this in three motions. Start to rock a little bit, push down and back. Momentum going. We're going to come off the chair, probably about 4, 5, 6 inches, and then slowly sit back down, trying not to plop into the chair. Okay, and then the third time, we're going to go all the way up, stretch, and push down and back. Okay, and if you have your chair handy, it's easier to do this exercise laying on the chair. So we're going to just twist our ankles a little bit, rotating them to the right, rotating them to the left. Chair, the other side. And then we're going to do a back kick with the right leg. Three times on each side. Sure. See me on the other side. Okay, so now that we're warmed up, I want to work a little bit on the Tai Chi walking for the better balance. So let's just put our hands on our hips, and I hope everyone can see my feet. So I'm going to make a quarter of a circle with my left foot. And I'm going, rather than just stepping, just to make it really look like it's very fluid, I'm going to do a quarter of a circle going to the diagonal, that 45-degree angle. Okay, so we shift the weight forward, rock back and pivot, so the left foot is going straight ahead. Now, as the right foot comes up, I'm going to make a quarter of a circle, step into that 45-degree angle again, shifting the weight forward, rocking back and pivot. Quarter of a circle, shift the weight, rock back, pivot. One more time. Okay, so let's just review our footwork. So what we were just doing, the Tai Chi walking for the better balance, that's for the 5 movements that are forward stepping movements. Okay, and those are, and I know I'm repeating myself, I know most of you know this, but there might be a couple students that don't. remember. So we've got the parting of the wild horse's mane. Back so you can see the footwork. I'm going to mix these up a little bit. The single width. The brushing and push. Remember that brushing and push. We're going to test our balance. See how we're doing. Lift that foot. Grab the floor with the left foot. Fair lady works the shovel. And the ward off the grasp the peacock's tail. So those are the 5 forward stepping movements. Okay, and we've got one backward stepping movement. Just as a reminder, repulse the monkey. We're actually stepping backwards with both feet. So there's the first stepping backwards. Here comes the second one. Bring it back. And then we've got the 2 side stepping movements. Moving the ball, stepping to the side. And cloud hands. Side stepping. The other side too. Just stepping to the side. Okay, so we've covered the footwork. Before we continue, let's sit down again. And we'll go through the movements just sitting in the chair. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and do the movements with the footwork. So let your arms float up to shoulder height, and then open the door. Down the back. And we're going to form the ball. And just move the ball, rotating the ball over to the other side. And back. Part the wild horse's mane. And the single whip. Cloud hands to the left. Just pretend you're taking 3 steps to your left. And then second step, remember you want to look over the palm, scan the room 180 degrees. Turn at the waist. We're going to take those 3 steps to the right. Look at your palm as it comes across. Try to coordinate the movements of both hands, moving at the same speed. And the second step, look over the palm, turn at the waist, and look for those monkeys. Here they come, the pulse, the monkey. And the brush me and push. Your lady works the shuttle. Fair lady over on your right side. The one we've all been waiting for, the ward off and grasp the peacock's tail. Remember, on this one, we want to follow the right arm up. It comes down, meets the inside of the left wrist, and then turn and push in the direction of your left knee. Separate the hands and rock back. And push upward from the waist to the shoulders. The other side. This time, follow the left arm up until it comes down and meets the inside of the right wrist. And turn and push in the direction of your right knee. Separate the hands and rock back. And push upward from the waist to the shoulders. It's time to close the door. Just move the ball to the center. Cross the hands and separate them. And push straight ahead, shoulder height. Straighten the fingers and the wrists and bring the hands back at shoulder height. Slowly push down and back as if you're pushing through the water in the hot tub. Let your arms float down to your side. So before we continue, let's just review a couple of these movements. And I think everyone's been here for the class where I explain some of the movements, but if not, it's always good to repeat it and hopefully brush up a little bit on movements. So when we do that single whip, you see if you can do each finger one at a time so that they come to touch your thumb. And it's a good little exercise for the fingers. Okay, and then the single whip, even though we call this the single whip, think of the single whip as a part of a snake. Okay, so this is the tail of the snake. Okay, so when we begin, we're going to start with the tail of the snake. The left hand is going to be the head of the snake. And as it comes around to your left shoulder, turn the palm outward. Now the snake is going to strike as we push. And the same thing on the other side. See if you can do one finger at a time. I know some might be difficult for some people because of arthritis, but do the best that you can. Again, it's a good exercise for the fingers. And as the right hand comes across your field of vision, and it comes across to your right shoulder, turn the palm outward. And the snake is going to strike. The parting of the wild horse's mane. Remember, all these movements come from the martial arts. So not every movement is a pleasant movement for your imaginary opponent. So if you part the wild horse's mane, think of this as like a knife strike to your opponent's throat. If we were doing the combat type of Tai Chi, it might look like this. A very, very quick strike, a jab. But since we're doing Tai Chi exercise with relaxation, it's just a nice, slow, easy movement, as if we're reaching for that peanut butter jar. Okay, and the cloud hands. Think of the cloud hands as someone trying to strike you, coming at you, and you're kind of blocking or deflecting that incoming punch, even though we're doing it in slow motion. And again, when we do the cloud hands, see if you can coordinate the movements of both hands, arms, moving at the same time, in the same slow speed, so that we don't get one hand stuck here as the other hand is floating by. Okay, so you want to try to do it as smoothly as we can. And as fluidly as we can. Okay, and fair lady, the brush knee and push. The brush knee and push, remember we're deflecting an incoming kick, knocking your opponent off balance, and then pushing him or striking. Deflecting the kick, pushing your opponent. How are we doing on time? We'll go through, let's do the form. We're running out of time. So I just wanted to cover those a little bit. So let's do the form together. Begin with your feet shoulder width apart, bend your knees slightly, and just relax. Step in, the left foot, step to the side, bend the knees slightly, and open the door. Bring your left foot in. Move the ball. Stepping to the side and just rotating the ball. Right foot. Step back to the side. Rotate the ball. Okay. Apart. horse's mane. The single whip. Loud hands. Your left side. Look over your palm. Turn at the waist 180 degrees. Back a little bit. Even cloud hands to your right side. Scan the room. Pulse the monkey. Remember to raise the right toes on this one. Raise the left toes. Brush me and push. Test our balance. Your lady works the shuttle. And then ward off and rest the peacock's tail. And then ward off over on the right side. And the closing of the door. Okay, we are running out of time, so let's do our Tai Chi salute. The twist stands for power or strength. The fingers are friendship, and the little thumb is humility. And to show respect for one another, we bow to each other and we say, Pam Yomen Zai Jin, Pam Yomen Zai Jin, and Pam Yomen Zai Jin, which means goodbye, friends.